at work, wherever I go, I use a pink pen now as my reminder. I love pink because it reminds me, as a male executive, not many guys are using a pink pen. And I'm signing contracts, I'm signing thank you notes, I'm taking notes. But it's my reminder to look at differences. Look for people, look for ideas, look for differences in our surroundings, things that I didn't notice before. Because I was missing a ton of things. And I started to see things differently. I started to see a ton of things differently. And I started to get real interested to see what I was missing. I remember sitting there with my daughter one night, and I was working on my smartphone, and she was sitting there doing her homework, and she finished, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, can I get a sweet treat? Can I get a treat for finishing my homework?" And I'm like, "No, we don't do desserts during the week." And of course, it took one more ask, and I was like, "Okay, fine." And I'm like, "Why don't? What do you want?" She said a bunch of things, and I said, "Well, how about something healthier?" So she said, "How about watermelon ice, Italian ice?" I don't know if you've ever had Italian ice, but it was a watermelon ice. And we took the lid off, put it in the corner. I was still on my cell phone. She had a couple bites. I said, "Hey, give me a bite." "Oh, it's pretty good." She finished it, and she's smiling. I'm like, "Oh, you're happy." So she concealed a little happiness, I suppose. And then at that point in time, I put my smartphone down. I looked out of the corner of my eye, and I looked at this lid. And there was something on this lid. It was upside down. And it was actually this picture, actually, just like this. It was upside down. And when I turned it over, I showed my daughter, and I said, "Oh my gosh, look, it's a one-eyed smile looking at us." I said, "It's beautiful." And I couldn't believe it. We both were shocked. Our eyes were huge. We were in awe. And I had my aha moment. It was my click moment where I said, "Oh my God, the happiness is right here. The joy and love, everything I think about, it's not in this phone. Yeah, it's this daughter, but I have to connect from right here to what's so important to me right here." I know it's probably so obvious, but I think a lot of people are just ignoring that, like a lot of these steps along the path. I was inspired because I said, "Oh, I got this answer. I got this experience. I got to share it with the world." So I started to write a business plan, because that's what you do when you're a CPA. I guess you start to write a 2-page business plan. And I would write some ideas down, and then I would write a story next to it. I would write another idea and then another story. And next thing you know, it turned into a 250-page book. And that book's coming out later this year. It talks about a lot of steps of how to take these steps along the path that I'm talking about. It gives you a bunch of examples. It's a how-to self-help, but it's how you want to take it. It's going to meet where you are.